popularity. The contact left by the producers is a dead number. Is the designer out of their mind? Or is the studio's PR department incompetent? No matter what it takes, you must get in touch with the gaming realm by tomorrow, no matter who it is, even if it's the janitor. Upon hearing their boss's words, the supervisor's face turned as sour as a bitter melon. The entire internet is searching for the contact information of the player realm, but so far, it seems no one has found it. This task, suddenly, the supervisor appeared to have an idea, and the bitter expression on their face shifted. Boss, I have a solution. What solution? Someone mentioned that there is a streamer on a certain platform called Northeast Girl who was the first to play this game. Moreover, she played the internal version, so I think she should have a connection with the player realm. Hearing this, the leader's eyes lit up, and he immediately said, "Then hurry up and contact Northeast Girl." "All right, I'm on it." The player realm? Once the supervisor left, the leader quietly murmured, turning towards a side of the conference room. Here, a temporary task force had been set up during lunchtime. At this moment, the entire design team of the company was gathered, some sitting in front of computers analyzing data, while others were wearing gear and playing the game at a mobile station. Ugh. Before long, a staff member at the mobile station started gagging, quickly took off their helmet, and rushed towards a nearby trash can. "How was the game?" As soon as the staff member returned, the leader was the first to ask. "It's fun, really fun." The staff member, whose face was slightly pale, instinctively shared their feelings about the game without thinking. "I didn't ask you if it was fun." The leader, hearing the response, immediately scolded. "I asked if it can be replicated." "Replicate?" The staff member was taken aback by the question. Noticing the staff member's expression, the leader frowned and said, "I don't require 100% replication. A close imitation will suffice." Damn. Hearing their boss's words, the employee subconsciously cursed, then realized that the person in front of them was their breadwinner. However, recalling the game's elements, whether in content or graphics, even the smallest details felt incredibly real. He shook his head immediately and said, "Mr. Ma, this matter, our team can't handle it, let alone high imitation." At this point, he suddenly realized that Mr. Ma in front of him, although in the gaming industry, never played games. Explaining this to such a person was like talking to a brick wall, so he changed his tone and said, "Mr. Ma, if you have time, you should experience it yourself. No matter how much I say, you won't understand." Upon hearing this, Ma Huateng was momentarily taken aback. "What do you mean I wouldn't understand? What is it that I don't understand?" Making games is just a routine, good free advertising, setting up the right strategies. In the end, won't players still be eager to spend money? Seeing his subordinates in front of him with strange expressions, even a hint of disdain, and not saying a word, Ma Huateng felt a bit angry. However, this group of people was the backbone of the company, so he didn't want to lose his temper. He glanced at the mobile platform the other party had come down from, thinking to himself, "Come on, it's just a broken game. I'm in the game business. How could I be scared of it?" With this thought in mind, he walked over to the mobile platform, picked up the VR headset, and put it directly on his head. Until now, he had never thought much of this game that had taken the internet by storm, and he even looked down on paid games. That thing, how much money could it possibly make? Where's the profit in free games? P.S. Please support with likes, recommendations, and comments. Chapter 026, Sisters Overseas Spending, Shooting Scene. Ah, damn. In less than 5 minutes, accompanied by a scream, the character threw off the VR headset like a lunatic and cursed. "What the hell? Is the game designer a freak?" Suddenly, he seemed to think of something and looked down at his belly in horror. Seeing it was intact, his expression improved slightly. After the fear, he cursed with lingering trepidation. "Damn it, you scared me to death. Is this really a game? I really don't know what those foolish players are thinking. Who enjoys a free-to-play game like this?" However, despite the cursing, the game content was indeed impressive. Especially the realistic graphics and immersive experience made one reluctant to leave. But this was clearly something entirely different from his free game. He turned to his secretary beside him. "Have you contacted the game designer? Manager Lee is trying to reach out." "Still not in touch?" Upon hearing the secretary's words, his expression darkened, and he said sternly, "Tell those guys to hurry up and contact the designer immediately. No matter the cost, I want to acquire this gaming realm. Don't tell me it's impossible. I have the funds. Who doesn't he know you have money?" The secretary thought to herself, rolling her eyes internally, but she simply nodded and hurried away with the documents. Regarding this acquisition, the secretary was not optimistic. She understood better than anyone what the data in her hands represented. In less than half a day, the download figures for I Am Legend VR had already reached an astonishing nearly 600,000. Although the CDK was quite affordable at just 198, that still meant 600,000 downloads. To put it plainly, the gaming realm made a small fortune in just one afternoon. This was akin to a money printing machine. Whoever sells it would be a fool. "Ah, how much did you say?" Looking wide-eyed and shouting, Lin Luo exclaimed. Lin Fei replied calmly. "After the platform share, not much left. Maybe around 100 million. 100 million, really? Seeing Lin Fei's indifferent expression, Lin Luo felt a pang of envy. Little brother, you really play it cool. No way. I can't stand it anymore. Lin Luo shouted in her heart and lunged at Lin Fei, grabbing him by the neck and angrily exclaimed, "You bastard. You say 100 million. Do you have any idea how long it would take me to earn that? Even if I streamed 24 hours a day, it would take me 10 years to make that much. And you, in just one afternoon, made 100 million, and you act so calm about it. That's 100 million. Recalling the money she had given him earlier, she shouted even louder, "No way. Pay me back. With interest. 500 interest. I'll give you 1,000. Can you let me go?" Dazed from being shaken, Lin Fei felt a sudden unease from the changes caused by Lin Luo sitting on him. All he wanted was to get her off him as soon as possible. As for the 1,000, it didn't matter. She wasn't an outsider. Besides, she had supported him during his toughest times. Damn it, you. Upon hearing Lin Fei's words, a smile appeared on Lin Luo's face, but it didn't last long as she felt something unusual beneath her. She immediately got off him. You can't blame me for this. It takes two to tango. Lin Fei complained awkwardly, looking at Lin Luo, who was glaring at him. Lin Luo was about to speak when the ringtone of a phone on the coffee table interrupted her. She shot Lin Fei a glare, picked up the phone, and saw an unfamiliar international number. Frowning, she answered the call on speaker. "Hello, is this Ms. Lin Luo? Telecom scam?" Upon hearing the polite and gentle voice on the line, Lin Luo's first reaction was that it was a scam. "I made an overseas purchase. I bought weapons. The kind that goes boom, bang, crack. Ms. Lin, I apologize for the interruption. I am Farina, project manager of Frozen Company." Frozen Company? Lin Luo's expression froze, and she felt completely paralyzed. How embarrassing. As a game streamer, she knew all too well what Frozen Company was. It was one of the top 10 gaming companies internationally, with many games that were popular worldwide. She had mistakenly thought they were a telecom scam. This was social death. However, for someone with social skills like Lin Luo, this wasn't a big deal. "I'm sorry, I thought you were an overseas telecom scam." Haha, no worries. The other party's polite demeanor left Lin Luo a bit bewildered, and she instinctively asked, "Excuse me, why are you calling?" "Well, we would like to discuss a collaboration with the creator of I Am Legend VR. We hope Ms. Lin can introduce us, of course. Our company will also provide you with a reward." Lin Luo was stunned upon hearing this, turned to Lin Fei, and directly handed him the phone, signaling that it was for him. Lin Fei shook his head at her. Lin Luo glared at him and said to Farina on the other end of the line, "Let me think about it. I'll get back to you later." With that, she hung up without giving the other party a chance to respond. Phew. After hanging up, Lin Luo let out a long sigh of relief and turned to Lin Fei, who was leaning against the sofa. "I say, little brother, why didn't you answer the call? That's Frozen International. Isn't your dream to make games? With Frozen International backing you, your game dream can come true." Lin Fei interrupted her, turning to look at her, and said, "Sister, can you broaden your perspective a bit? Even if I collaborate with them and they take on the risks for me, do you really think your brother is the kind of person who would settle for being subordinate to others? Working for someone else? That's something I could never do in my life. Want to work with me? Don't even think about it. From now on, I want to create my own game, build my own brand, and establish a true player kingdom. This kid is making a little money. Has he lost his way?" Looking at Lin Fei's bold declarations, Lin Luo was momentarily speechless, and after a while, she spoke up. I'm telling you, little brother, I'm not trying to discourage you, but look at how many studios there are online. There are at least a few thousand, if not 10,000. And only a handful are well known. It's a survival of the fittest, you know? I really don't want to see you end up in a situation where you can't even afford pants. How can you describe your own brother like that?" Hearing Lin Luo's words, Lin Fei couldn't help but complain inwardly. However, he knew his sister was concerned about him, and he felt a warmth in his heart. He reassured her, "Don't worry. Your little brother not only will wear pants, but he'll wear them inside out. To be honest with you, I Am Legend VR is just a part of my plan. It's merely an appetizer. Next, that's when my big moves will come." "What? An appetizer? Don't tell me you have more games like that up your sleeve?" Lin Luo said, her face filled with surprise. "Yes, but it needs optimization. So I plan to take this time to improve the next game. I aim to release it right after I Am Legend VR gets cleared by someone." Lin Fei didn't hide his plans. "Are you serious?" Lin Luo looked at her brother in shock. Suddenly, as if she thought of something, she changed her demeanor, smiled brightly, and said shyly, "Well, little brother, you see, sister." Chapter 027. Watching the live broadcast, I didn't go anywhere. I'm just keeping vigil at my uncle's house. Ugh. Looking at my sister who was acting all shy and demure, like a flirty streamer, Lin Fei was instantly disillusioned. I said, "Big sister, I don't expect you to behave like a refined lady, but can we at least act like a decent person? Is that too much to ask?" Upon hearing his words, Lin Luo's body tensed up, and her expression changed dramatically as she glared at Lin Fei. Women. So fickle. You bastard. Say that again if you dare. Seeing Lin Luo return to her true self, Lin Fei felt much more at ease and rolled his eyes dismissively, saying, look, this is more like a person. Without that pretentiousness, trying too hard just makes you look ridiculous. Suppressing his thoughts, Lin Fei asked, so what is it? Lin Luo, back to her original self, didn't hesitate and directly said, even in a commanding tone, Lin Fei, I'm officially notifying you now. You have to let me stream your new game a day in advance. Alright, but you have to agree to one condition. What condition? Lin Luo didn't expect him to agree so readily. She instinctively asked, from now on, you will be the spokesperson and image ambassador for my game. Of course, the kind that doesn't have to speak. No salary. Also, in a while, I want you to post on social media, saying that the new game from the game realm is now in the testing phase. The first 50 players to complete I Am Legend VR will get the opportunity to experience it in advance. Right now, I Am Legend VR is incredibly popular. And if we don't take this chance to promote it, Lin Fei felt it would be a waste of this momentum. So, he decided to release the news first. I Am Legend VR looks challenging, but the storyline isn't long. From his guess, it wouldn't take long for someone to complete it. So the follow-up work must be prioritized. Damn, I thought it would be something difficult, but this is all on me, Lin Luo said, patting her chest. She didn't care about the salary. After all, she could make a lot of money by streaming early, and besides, the game belongs to their family. Could her little brother really let his sister starve? Alright, then go change your clothes. What? Change clothes for what? For what? Of course, to go eat and take care of some business. Although a bit busy, Lin Fei hadn't forgotten about the big meal he promised her. After tidying up, the two drove towards the city center. It was still early, so Lin Fei first stopped by the bank to clear all the loans under his name. After leaving the bank, the heavy burden on his heart was finally lifted. As the saying goes, being debt-free feels light. In a good mood, Lin Fei didn't hold back and treated Lin Luo to a lavish meal at the most upscale restaurant in the city. The two of them ate heartily, scaring the hotel staff, who stood by the entrance, fearing the two would finish eating and just leave without paying. So full. In the car, Lin Luo in the passenger seat, rubbing her round belly, suddenly asked, little brother, what are your plans for the next step? The next step? Right. You are currently not in a state of desperation, and your net worth is in the billions, with even better games at your disposal. Shouldn't you? Like in a TV drama, build a business empire or something. Lin Luo said innocently, counting on her fingers. Wow, have you watched too many dramas? A business empire? You really dare to dream. Lin Fei replied with some sarcasm and continued, forget about the business empire for now. My goal is simple, to bring down or acquire the company that has a significant presence in the gaming market and eliminate it completely. As for what comes next, I haven't thought that far ahead. In just one day, Lin Fei's net worth skyrocketed, but he never forgot the setbacks he had faced initially. Acquire that company. Lin Luo was taken aback. She knew very well how massive that group was. If we set aside the gaming aspect, just in terms of the internet, saying it holds half of the market share in the country would not be an exaggeration. Could Lin Fei really achieve that? After thinking for a while, Lin Luo couldn't come up with any answers, so she decided to drop it and think about her own streaming issues instead. She immediately said mysteriously, hey, little brother, can you give me some insider info? What info? Lin Fei, who was driving, asked in confusion. What else? The for I Am Legend VR. Lin Luo quickly added, as if fearing Lin Fei would brush her off. Don't tell me you don't know. You're the game designer. I don't need too much. Just enough to survive the first night and trigger the main storyline. Is that too much to ask? Survive the first night and trigger the main quest. Should he tell her or not? Hearing Lin Luo's words, Lin Fei hesitated. Seeing his reaction, Lin Luo in the passenger seat couldn't sit still anymore and said, come on, just share this little bit of information. It's not like I'm asking for your life. Don't forget who. Come on, you haven't even said anything yet. And you're already acting all worked up. You're so petty. Seeing his sister's reaction, Lin Fei rolled his eyes and said impatiently, all right, I'll tell you, okay? You say it. Upon hearing Lin Fei's words, Lin Luo immediately closed her mouth and even opened her phone's notes, looking at him seriously. Not looking at his sister acting like a model student, Lin Fei felt a bit speechless and shook his head internally, ignoring her quirky demeanor, and directly said, you should know by now about the activity patterns of the night demons, or the monsters as you call them. But I still want to remind you that those night demons have very sensitive senses. They are not only sensitive to blood, but can also track scents to find hidden players. Of course, in the game world, there is something called disinfectant at the pharmacy that can mask a player as scent, but the premise is that you need to have an unbreakable shelter. As for the other things, at this point, Lin Fei suddenly thought of something. The corners of his mouth slightly lifted as he smiled and said, you can go to a place with water and take a look. You might find something unexpected. That's all I can tell you. If I say more, my game might be completed by someone in just 2 days. What the heck? Lin Luo, who had been recording everything Lin Fei said, looked displeased. After recording for half a day, she had only gotten 2 pieces of information. One was about disinfectant, and the other was about going to the water's edge. She already understood the function of the disinfectant, but as for going to the water's edge, could it be that those monsters are afraid of water? That would be good news. When the two returned home, Lin Luo couldn't wait to kick off her slip-on shoes and dashed into her room like a gust of wind. Although she didn't need to compete for a spot in the global top 50, how could she resist the opportunity to showcase herself on a global stage? However, she had forgotten that she had already appeared before global players due to her playtest of I Am Legend VR. Today, she didn't start her stream on time, but began more than an hour early. Within less than a minute of starting, the live stream had already reached a terrifying 100,000 viewers. This kind of shocking effect was nearly at the ceiling for a pure gaming streamer. Lo, you really are sneaky. Starting the stream secretly. Who says otherwise? Luckily, I have the habit of checking my phone while using the restroom. I wasn't in the restroom. I was delivering food. I'm driving right now. Wow, what are these habits of yours? Fortunately, I didn't go anywhere. I was at my second uncle's housekeeping vigil. Chapter 028. There are warships and fighter jets in the city watching the live stream during the vigil? You are really devoted. Aren't you afraid that the ancestor's coffin will come crashing down and give you a beating? Lin Luo looked at the comments in the live chat, feeling that this group of viewers was really mischievous. Eager to jump into the game, she simply complained in her heart and logged in directly. During the wait, she smugly said, "Haha, everyone, after my hard work and research, I have roughly figured out this game. I guarantee that you will gain something from today's live stream." As she spoke, Lin Luo's character appeared on a desolate street. Stop boasting. Several other streamers next door have already stayed up until the next day. Who says otherwise? How can those still wandering in the newbie spawn areas say they have made significant progress? Where's your face? The streamer's face is really as solid as a city wall. Due to previous operations by Sister Zhou speeding and Teacher Ma holding down the bunker, many players in I Am Legend VR have already successfully made it to the second day. However, no one has touched the main storyline yet. You bunch of clueless people. Today I will show you what a high player really is. Lin Luo, feeling aggrieved, muttered something and walked to the roadside, skillfully opening the car door, taking the key from the sun visor and starting the car. Oh, I didn't realize that Sister Luo is not only a skilled driver in the live stream, but also on the road. It seems Sister Luo has a few years of driving experience. Do you even need to mention it? Since Sister Luo started streaming, which day hasn't she driven? Didn't she just say she is a high player? I said you guys have had enough. If you keep this up, I'm going to fight back. Seeing the teasing comments about herself, Lin Luo immediately straightened her face and frowned angrily. She couldn't understand why. When she checked out other streamers' rooms, the atmosphere was always harmonious. Yet here, the viewers weren't acting like viewers, and the streamer wasn't acting like a streamer. If her popularity were waning, that would be one thing. But her live stream was unusually hot, especially since she started broadcasting I Am Legend VR. With a base of over 100,000 viewers right from the start, faced with a bunch of nitpickers and trolls, she was indeed a bit overwhelmed. As she pressed down on the accelerator, the empty, desolate street echoed with the roar of an old minivan. The classic BGM played again. Lin Luo followed the route from her memory and skillfully arrived at the street where the supermarket and weapon shop were located. Entering the supermarket, she didn't open the fridge to gross out the viewers this time. She just grabbed some canned corn and a few bottles of purified water before returning to the car. Hey, Sister Luo. You haven't gone to the weapon shop across the street yet. This woman must have lost her mind. Seeing her get back in the car, the viewers in the live chat looked puzzled, and someone couldn't help but remind her. However, just as the comments flew up, the viewers watching the live stream all suddenly widened their eyes, and the comments started flooding in. What the heck? This woman has gone crazy. What a bold move. No way. Accompanied by a flurry of comments in the live stream, Lin Luo's vehicle reversed and crashed through the door of the weapons store with a loud crash, driving right inside. With no worries at all, Lin Luo boldly kicked open the car door and glanced at the chaotic scene in the weapons store, saying, "Damn. This world doesn't even have police. Should I still follow traffic laws? Besides, moving all this ammunition is such a hassle." Hearing Lin Luo's words, the audience in the live stream fell silent. Just because she was too lazy to move it, she resorted to such actions. One small disagreement, and she causes destruction. This woman is truly fierce. It's hard to believe there's anyone else like her online. It must be said that Lin Luo's methods, though rough, certainly improved efficiency. Before long, she had cleared out all the ammunition in the store, and even the old vehicle was noticeably lowered from the weight. Watching Lin Luo's abundant haul, the livestream audience felt delighted as well. Normally, the next step would be to find a secure and sturdy place. But soon after, Lin Luo parked her car in front of a pharmacy. Amid the audience's puzzled looks, she brought out 2 large barrels of disinfectant and placed them in the back seat. Wait, what is going on, Sister Luo? I don't quite get it. Yeah, shouldn't she be looking for first aid supplies to prevent injuries? What's the deal with the disinfectant? Who says otherwise? That stuff smells awful. You bunch of fools can't understand anything. Lin Luo shot back at the comments. Oh wow, I know what the streamer is planning. The smell of disinfectant can mask her scent, making it harder for those monsters to find her if she hides well. Hey, didn't he see that coming? She really is clever. Saying this, Lin Luo placed the disinfectant in the car and glanced at the sky. There was still some time before nightfall, and recalling Lin Fei's words, she decided to make good use of the time to find a water source. Starting the car, she began searching along the street while introducing to the audience. Those monsters that come out at night are officially called night demons. They have a powerful sense of smell. The scent of disinfectant can effectively eliminate the smell of living people. As she spoke, the car passed through 2 blocks. The scenery was desolate, and without tall buildings blocking the view, a towering bridge appeared in sight. Streamer, don't tell me she is planning to escape the city? I don't think so. The game map is limited. Where can she escape to? With that time, it's better to find a sturdy place to hide. Exactly. The neighbors have already made it to the next day, and now globally, many have reached that point. Sister Luo, if you keep messing around like this, you'll be left behind. TCH, what is so great about making it to the next day? Did they encounter the main quest? If they didn't, it's all just nonsense. Lin Luo curled her lips in disbelief upon hearing this. Since Lin Fei asked her to look for a water source, there must be a reason for it. Perhaps the main quest was related to this. After a while, Lin Luo drove the car onto a riverside road and suddenly slammed on the brakes, stunned in the driver's seat. What the heck? What is this? There is actually something like this in the river? Is there anyone knowledgeable in the live stream? Please enlighten us. Military Enthusiast 250, ahem. If I'm not mistaken, that should be a type of frigate. A frigate? And there are even planes next to it. Wow, this game lets you drive cars. And now you're saying there are planes. Even if you can drive that thing, how would you drive it away? As the livestream chat exploded with comments, Lin Luo snapped back to reality, instinctively opening the car door and walking to the riverbank to take a look. The wide riverbed had a low water level, and it was filled with various old boats. Among these vessels, the most eye-catching were 3 military ships docked side by side, especially the one on the side, which even had a fighter jet on it. This, Chapter 029, let me fly a plane? Why don't you go die? Wow. Sister Luo found a warship in the game, and there are even fighter jets on it. What is going on? You're telling me a girl from the Northeast found a warship? The news of Lin Luo discovering a warship in I Am Legend VR spread throughout the gaming community in less than 5 minutes, instantly igniting excitement. It's not surprising that everyone was shocked. At this time, I Am Legend VR was still in its early stages. Players entering the game had their first goal of finding weapons, building shelters, and trying to survive the first night. Because of this, they overlooked the idea of exploring the desolate city. With the news of Lin Luo finding the warship, countless players flooded into her live stream like a torrent. Sister Luo, hurry and see if you can fly the plane. Yes, Sister Luo, take us for a spin. Take you for a spin? Why don't you let me show off instead? Lin Luo, who never imagined she would be live streaming from a warship in her lifetime, looked at the unreasonable requests in the chat and felt like she could kick these clueless guys with her size 39 feet. Driving a car without a license may get you detained, but flying a plane without a license only has 2 outcomes. Either you go up and can't come down, or you come down and it's really over. Take a spin? You've got to be kidding. If you want to fly a plane, you should get into the game yourselves. I'm not interested in that. Walking on the deck, which was larger than a football field, Lin Luo was like a curious child exploring everywhere. Soon, she found an excellent shelter, a closed room located at the top level of the warship. The room wasn't too big, surrounded by metal, with thick walls, and had 2 small windows on one side, about 20 centimeters in diameter. After a quick check, she didn't see any suspicious creatures. Hey guys, how's south the place I found? I dare say, there's south no safer place on the internet. While they're exhausting themselves building bunkers, I can just chill here. Not to brag, but this place. Looking at the surrounding thick walls, Lin Luo immediately began to show off. The viewers in the live stream couldn't take it anymore and started flooding the chat. Look at you being so smug. Haha. Sister Luo is a bit too proud, but honestly, this place is amazing. Haha. This girl is making Sister Luo show off again. Seeing the viewers in the live stream both praising and teasing her, Lin Luo smugly replied, "What can I do? I don't want to either. When luck comes, you can't stop it." She shook her head with a sigh as she walked out of the room and returned to the shore. This attitude of hers made the viewers want to tease her even more. Lin Luo, used to this, scoffed at it, and occasionally threw back a few remarks. After interacting with the viewers, she returned to the dock. Lin Luo transported the food from the vehicle onto the warship, and then she moved some ammunition up as well. As it got closer to dark, she had to give up on bringing everything onto the warship. Opening the prepared disinfectant, Lin Luo sprinkled some in the car and used it to mask her scent along the way. The sun gradually set, and night fell. After doing a final check and ensuring nothing was overlooked, she locked the door and stayed quietly in her room. As the sun set and the moon rose, the bright moonlight spilled over the earth. Through the small window in the cabin, the desolate streets and abandoned roads came into view. The autumn wind swept through the empty city, making a haunting sound. Leaning against the window, Lin Luo gazed outside, listened to the wind, and interacted with the viewers in the live stream. It must be said that unexpected things always happen when watching her live stream. Indeed, while others are desperately holding their ground in their streams, she seems to have the leisure to enjoy the moonlight. Haha, what is this called? You want me to play a doomsday game, but I turned it into a casual game? Well, not quite a casual game, but at least it can be less bloody. Lin Luo glanced at the comments, replied, and her eyes couldn't help but wander outside. Huh, what is that? Suddenly, she noticed gray figures appearing on the desolate street. Although they were a bit far away, after careful observation, she could see that they were mutated monsters. The night demons mentioned by Lin Fei. As the wind howled, the night demons stepped onto the street, gathering in groups and gradually forming a massive throng. Wow, how many are there? There must be over 1,000. Not to mention, 2,000 wouldn't be stopped. Hiss. How many night demons are there in this city? From Lin Luo's perspective, the viewers in the live stream saw countless, densely packed night demons appear on the streets. After the groups of night demons emerged, they wandered aimlessly like mindless zombies near the neighborhood. Roar, roar, roar. Suddenly, a beast-like roar pierced through the entire city. As this roar sounded, the city erupted into chaos, with echoes of growling rising and falling. At the same time, the group of night demons that had been wandering on the road scattered as if receiving some kind of command. How spectacular! Oh no, those few seem to have spotted the host's car. It should be fine, right? Didn't the host use disinfectant to mask the scent? Damn, what good is masking the scent? Have you forgotten? This group of night demons seems to have some intelligence. Could it be that they remember the vehicles at the dock? As the viewers in the live stream discussed, just as if to confirm their words, a few night demons near the dock hurried towards the nanny van Lin Luo had been in earlier. Although they were at a distance, it was clear that the monsters were lingering around the car, as if searching for something. Damn, you lot are such jinxes. Seeing this situation, Lin Luo couldn't help but complain. Just as her words fell, a dull thud suddenly echoed from below the deck. Hearing that sound, Lin Luo's expression instantly froze, and she immediately covered her mouth, afraid to make a sound. Earlier, when she boarded the ship, she didn't search the entire vessel due to time constraints. She never expected that there would be a lurking threat on board. What a slap in the face. Who was it that said this shelter was safe? Haha, look at Luo Jia's expression. It's like she's frozen. These bastards. Unable to curse them out loud, Lin Luo could only grit her teeth and widen her eyes as she watched the teasing comments from her fans in the live stream. However, she didn't realize that her fierce expression not only lacked any intimidation, but instead made the viewers laugh even harder. Thud, thud, thud. She dared not make a sound, but the muffled noises in the ship's hold continued incessantly. She felt that the source of the sound was just a board away from her, even feeling a slight vibration under her feet. Despite being fully prepared, she couldn't help but feel a sense of fear. The only thing she felt relieved about was that the floor beneath her was made of metal. Even if the lurking threat was terrifying, it might not be able to break through the iron plate. Chapter 030. I'm not scared anymore. The NPC is Lin Fei. In this world, the most terrifying things are often not what you see, but what you don't see yet hear. The torment of not being able to see, but being able to hear can truly make one's nerves tense. Thud, thud, the dull sound echoed in the cabin. Lin Luo, her face pale, nervously stared at the ground. The muffled noise kept ringing, causing her heartbeat to keep pace with it. But to be honest, courage is definitely something that can be cultivated. Lin Luo, this tough girl who also suffers from social anxiety, has become bolder since playing I Am Legend VR. It wasn't until she started playing I Am Legend VR that her waist stopped aching, her legs. No, it was since she started playing that her courage grew. Aside from a few times when she was so scared, she almost lost control. Nowadays, although she still felt fear, she no longer had the sensation of being terrified to the point of losing control. Fear makes people grow. After a long night of torment, she finally made it to dawn. The black curtain of night lifted, and a new day arrived. It was a night filled with surprises, but no real danger. Lin Luo felt like she had come back to life. The morning sun drove away the demons of the night, illuminating the desolate old world. Lin Luo didn't rush to leave. Instead, she took the opportunity to replenish her energy while it was safe. Is anyone there? My name is Robert, a survivor from the city. I saw a Ford vehicle. Is that your car? Is anyone there? Wow, Luo Jia, someone is talking. Did you hear that? There really is someone. Sounds like a man. A faint call from outside the cabin immediately caught the attention of the live stream audience, who began to flood the screen with excited comments. It's no wonder they reacted this way. Since the release of I Am Legend VR, many players had spent their first night cursing and